Hey everybody, I'm Trevor,
I'm Jenny Lewis in the news.
and we are the Anthony and Todd Show. I'm gonna ignore that. That wasn't funny. We are today we're talking about the latest record by Jenny Lewis, "On the Line."
She's on the line.
Not like "Walk the Line."
Oh.
That's a good one though.
Yeah, he was walking it. She's just sitting.
She's just standing there, and
just
Johnny Cash is like, "Will you get on fourth and move from away? I'm Hank Hill, and I'm here to say."
No, I imagine she's just like stuck on the line. She's just sitting there, just contemplating life, and then Johnny Cash comes by. It's like, can you move so I can get through? I'm also on this line, but I'm walking it. You're just stationary in one place.
Cool. Jenny Lewis is a singer-songwriter, indie rocker who's actually been around for way longer than I thought. She started out as a child actress, and she was in the movie The Wizard, and that's where Super Mario Bros. 3 was shown off, and the NES Power Glove. That's where it was seen for the first time. Incredible.
So if you hate the NES Power Glove, blame
Jenny Lewis. Then she took a break from child acting to form her band Rilo Kiley, indie rock band with another child actor and a couple other people. I don't know. People say that they are influential, but I have yet to see any sort of influence from Rilo Kiley. Not dissing on those people, but I don't see the...
Yeah, what are these good debates? People bringing up Ryle Kiley and how they influenced Kyle O'Reilly, WWE NXT wrestler.
But I haven't seen the results yet. So, yeah, they released like probably 6 albums, and finally Jenny Lewis split off to do her own kind of solo career. Her last record being in 2014, The Voyager. So she's finally come out of this like hiatus in order to make a new album, and it was advertised to death to us on Facebook. So we were just like, let's go ahead and...
Well, the advertisements were good. I actually liked it because it seemed like she had like character, and it was gonna be cool. It was like this weird, almost like Adult Swim kind of like just like Tim and Eric-esque infomercial type thing. Mm-hmm. This album's not that. I wasn't expecting it to be that, but I was expecting character of some sort. It's not like a psychic character like she is in the infomercial, but like more just like actual character, like something that's like interesting. Thematically, I think she has character. Like how substance abuse, whether it be like through drugs and alcohol, and this kind of like haze that you're living in and trying to like get out of it and kind of like reflecting on it, plays out really well. But track for track, this thing is not well written. It has production from Bryan Adams and Beck. She's since gone forth and saying she wished Bryan Adams was not on this record after his sexual misconduct allegations. And Beck actually has decent production. Ringo Starr's on drums on a couple tracks. Not super noticeable, but like the drums across this entire record are really big across, at least in the sound. Have like that kind of almost like 90s-esque, but at the same time having like a Beatles-esque too, where it's like the drums are just super fucking huge for no reason. But for the most part, I just don't sense a lot of character and performance a lot throughout these tracks. I think we get moments where she's like in like a post-chorus or in a breakdown where she'll be like having these fantastic shrieking vocals, and they're brilliant. But like she doesn't do it enough, and I know you can't do that all the time. You need build up to it, but I feel like the build up to a lot of these tracks, or sometimes the whole entire track is built up to nothing. It just comes out really boring. All these tracks are like 4 minutes, except for 4 minutes, like 5 minutes, except for the last two, which are like 2 and 3. This thing's 48 minutes, and it has no right to be, because literally she'll like, with her songwriting, she'll have like an idea, and she'll have it for like half a song, and she'll just stretch it out for the remainder with like the same lyricism, the same theme. And while the theme is cool, and when you put all the themes together, they lay out really nicely, each track is just not good.
Yeah.
Not to say that like the production is bad on this. I don't think it is. Not to say her performance is bad. I don't think it is, but I don't think we get anything that is Jenny Lewis. I don't sense Jenny Lewis on this record. I
only sense Rilo Kiley.
I sense Stevie Nicks on tracks like Red Bull and Hennessy. I sense like another. I sense like a handful of other like singer-songwriter like artists on here, but like I don't sense anything that's specific to her. And while I do compliment those shrieking vocals, and I think they're nice, like that thing alone cannot save her.
Yeah.
Because these tracks are just so long, and they seem so long, even though they're like 4 minutes. They just stretch out these main points. While I think she just kind of runs out of ideas, production kind of runs out of ideas. I think Beck and her have decent chemistry. In the moments Beck's on, they're nice. I don't think they can save the record. I like the sense of like almost camaraderie that they two have. It couldn't save this entire record. If this record was all Beck production, it would lay out the same. Because I think there's an element missing, and it's not in production. It's not it's just something. There's a secret ingredient, ingredient X that is missing from this record.
Unique.
And it could be being unique.
I think it is definitely.
It could be better
unique.
writing. I don't know.
I think that the writing here sometimes is actually like fun and interesting, and I think it's stories that are well told.
Yeah.
Especially, I'm gonna cite like the very first track. I thought that like some of those like phrases, some of those little like story elements that played into it. He's like, he took me to a graveyard. I thought he was gonna kill me there and kiss me on the corner. I was like, oh, that's kind of endearing. Like, I was just kind of like thinking about. I would get caught up in these like little lyrical phrases from time to time. But overall, yeah, I think you're right. I see a lot of shades of other people. I see a lot of shades of Stevie Nicks or Margaret Glaspie. A lot of these, like you said, a lot of other like singer-songwriter types. But there's no like defining feature that makes this a Jenny Lewis record versus anything else. A completely like different artist could have written every song on here, produced every song on here, and then handed it off to Jenny Lewis and be like, here you go.
Yeah.
And Jenny Lewis like read the notes, and the notes said, sing like Stevie Nicks. She was like, okay. And then that was the record.
Yeah.
It not a dig on Jenny, but it baffles me how somebody can make a career out of essentially just pretending to be somebody else.
Yeah.
I've never listened to Rilo Kiley, and you know, Jenny's like other studio albums, but if they're anything like this,
Yeah.
I seriously don't know how you could make a career off of blatant mediocrity.
Yeah, I haven't listened to any Ryle Kiley, but I have seen a lot of Kyle O'Reilly matches, and he's phenomenal. One time he hit himself in the face with a chair because it bounced off the top rope and it slammed back into his head, and it was amazing.
Wow.
But like, yeah, a good moment, like some notable moments. Hollywood Lawn, it's the peak of this like almost like being drunk and trying to just roaming around Los Angeles phase, like being in that haze. But just because it's like thematically that way doesn't make it good. It lingers for so long. Moments like Do Si Do, probably the best track on this album. It's the most catchiest, I think, but also, again, it's missing something. The production's fine, Jenny's performance is fine, but there isn't any spice there. And I think that's about it. It's just missing uniqueness in a sense, and I just don't understand how this thing just kind of came to be, how there's so many like top tier producers on it. Not to say like a diss at Jenny, but like there's not enough character here, and it's a shame.
No, I don't even think like Ringo or Beck or Bryan Adams could save Jenny from herself.
Yeah. Keeping in mind that all scores are like pointless and futile at this current moment, I think this is like a 4 to 5.
Yeah, I'm gonna give this I didn't care for it.
Yeah. Until next time, guys, I'm Vincent.
I'm Trevor.
And see you, boys.
Bye, everybody.